Hi, I'm here to talk about Gargamel, the main villain of the Smurfs franchise. And there are a lot of things that I really like in the Smurfs franchise. I like how upbeat and happy it feels, and feels like a very comforting, sweet franchise. And the Smurfs, uh, Smurfette in particular, there's a lot of heart to the Smurfs and a lot of really great emotional stuff. But entertainment is important, and I feel like that's what Gargamel really provides. And I feel like a character as nasty yet funny as Gargamel works very well as the big main villain for the Smurfs to deal with. And Gargamel is often the funniest character in Smurfs stories, and he often is one of the most interesting characters, able to provide a lot of conflict and able to have a lot more personality than a lot of the Smurfs, where a lot of Smurfs stick to a specific trait. Feels like there's more to Gargamel than that, and him constantly trying to get the Smurfs. I can understand if it could seem repetitive, but I do think it's a lot of fun to see the different ways in which Gargamel tries to get the Smurfs, and he has a very interesting backstory with Smurfette that's very emotionally compelling. And Gargamel is a villain that's able to have a villainous, menacing enough presence when he needs to be, but can also be really hilarious and a lot of fun to have around when he needs to be. Gargamel is rarely ever boring. He really adds a lot to the Smurfs films, and Smurf films tend to really be improved by his presence, and episodes tend to be a lot of fun when he's around, and sometimes the Smurfs episodes can feel a little bit bland when he's not there. I'm not saying that every Smurfs episode that doesn't have Gargamel is bland, because I still think there's plenty of decent and even good episodes that don't involve him, but I think Gargamel being involved in the plot in some ways is pretty important to keep things entertaining. So I think Gargamel's a really good villain. Really adds a lot to the Smurfs. Really cool villain from the classic Peo comics and being adapted into being a villain in Hanna-Barbera cartoon show and appearing in films and all that stuff. Gargamel is pretty great.